Hi, welcome to Made to Heal with Angela Brown. So I came across an article on Facebook, and it was about marriages and the stages of marriage, and I thought it was beautiful. I kind of read over everything, and I'm like, yeah, I could relate to that. That's what my marriage. That's the stages that my marriage has gone in. And then I got thinking, you know what? This is great for marriages, but it's also I kind of looked at all of my relationships. And I'm like, you know what? That fits right in with about all of our relationships. So I'm just going to share the quick little stages of marriage and what you go through in a marriage. And I love that it says there are no perfect marriages. Well, we're not going to just talk about marriage. Think about families as well. There are no perfect families. Every family has its struggles. Every family has conflict. Every family has um, stuff that they're working on with relationships. So, no matter where you find yourself, I hope this is helpful. But so the stages of marriage, and just when I say marriage, think family as well, stages of relationships. So the stages of marriage is one, the amazement stage, and then it went into what the amazement stage is. But you're just enamored with this person, and you're just amazed, and that's kind of where the love is blind kind of thing comes in. Just nothing's wrong. Nothing is, everything's just perfect. Everything's in the grander stage, and it's just bliss and just wonderful, right? And then you get to the irritation stage, the honeymoon wears off, and the irritation stage you just start picking apart things that are bothering you, and you get into the the grind of just always, finding something wrong that you're not happy about with the person you're with, or vice versa, a relationship. You can just get irritated with whatever. Anything will set you off. And then you have the anger stage. The anger stage might be like resentment, or what if I would have done this? What if it would have been different if I chose a different path? Or is this really worth it? Or you just are angry dealing with stuff, okay? Um, then you have the resolution stage. You just have the resolution. Well, it is how it is, and try to make it through. And then you have the acceptance stage. You're just like, you know what? You know, they are the way they are. I am the way I am. And not to say you're not making changes, right? You're making, you're hoping that all parties in relationships are willing to become their best version of themselves. But the acceptance stage is, this is just, how it is, and this is who they are, and I'm not here to change somebody. That's what the acceptance stage is all about. It's not that you're focused on changing a person. It's more of, that's who they are, and I can change myself. And then you have the restful stage. And the restful stage is what you would hope everybody gets to in relationships, to where relationships really flourish and are super beautiful. They are they're just in the phase of true bliss, right? Like, it started out in bliss, but it was like the amazement stage, and you weren't looking at the little red flags or the little things that would annoy you down the road. But now you're looking at the restful stage, and the restful stage is just really, really enjoying, like, with joy, love, bliss, and just kind of taking things as they come, and not getting super worked up as you had maybe in the earlier years. And so that is what I would like you to think about on your relationships. What relationships in your life need improvement? What is getting in the way of you having a better relationship with a parent, with a child, with a spouse, with a sibling? Communication is everything. I'm going to share a story with my husband. He just, it seemed like he and his dad just clashed. They butt heads, many, many years. And my husband just, I don't know, I'm grateful he got this aha moment, epiphany one day. He just said, it's not worth the fight. It's just not worth the fight. And so he explained to his dad, look, Dad, I'm not here to argue. I'm not here to fight. I am just I'm just here to enjoy what time we have to spend together, because I don't know how much time either one of us have in this life, on this earth, but I just want to make the most of it when we get together. I want there to be positive exchanges, because he had felt this conflict every time, and it would end up in a blow up session. And I'm grateful for his example for doing that, because the last 2 years before his dad passed was spent just coming in unity. And if something wanted to arise, if his dad, because my husband came to a piece where, like, I'm not here to pick any fights, but if his dad wanted to be negative and pick a fight, he would just say something kind and say it with a level head, something along the lines of, I'm not here to fight, or I'm not here to have these kinds of emotions. I'm just going to leave, and until we can talk and resolve this later. And so he would leave, and then, they would always connect back together. But he said those were the 2 most beautiful years of his life, of learning about beautiful relationships and hard relationships that have struggled for years. And it should give anybody hope. You just get to a point where you're done having, and that's where I got 9 years ago. That's where I got with my relationships. I am like, it's not worth trying to hold on and trying to control each moment. We can't control other people around us. If we're trying as hard as we might to get control of situations that are happening around us outside ourselves, then we are going about it wrong. We have missed the mark. There's only one person we can control, and that is ourselves. We can control our mood. We can control our temperament. We can control how we're thinking and how we're feeling, all the way all together inside. And we get to choose what we're going to do. So I am here to tell you that all relationships can go through this cycle. It can go through the amazement stage. Think of the parents, new babe, new they're so sweet and innocent and precious and perfect when they come. And then the irritation starts setting in, like maybe when they're 2, 3, when they hit the terrible 2s or, 3s. That's when parents are like, oh, and then anger stage, parents, have those feelings of anger, and then the resolution, and then acceptance, going through whatever it is, maybe teen years or whatever. And it's quite a process, right? And then the acceptance, and then the restful stage. I really think we could all get to the restful stage in all of our relationships if we let go of that control. Let go of any control or any preconceived ideas of how things need to go when we meet up with individuals. Just honestly coming from a place of love and understanding, and just letting that loved one of yours know that you're there no matter what, and you're in it through the thick and thin, and you are willing to put in the work that it takes to nurture. I was trying to say nurture and nourish all at the same time. That didn't come out well. But just trying to nourish the relationships and the relationship that you have that you're wanting to strengthen. So family relationships are important. I was struggling with what to talk on, and my husband's like, family. And I'm like, well, that's kind of perfect, because in the summertime, we have family reunions and we meet up with our families, and it's really not enjoyable if we feel this conflict going on. So if you're feeling a conflict with your spouse, with a loved one, please do what it takes to remedy it, to correct anything on your end. And it really takes a humble heart. I remembered when I had realized I couldn't control everybody around me. That wasn't my job. But when I had focused on myself, and it took 3 to 4 years of just this constant fight and irritation and agitation off and on. Not that that's what my marriage was like consistently, but off and on constantly. It was just, I was going crazy. And then when I realized I needed to work on myself and I needed to let go of expectations and control in certain areas, after a few years, my husband was receptive to it. So it takes a lot of work. It's not a one and done. And well, I tried, that didn't work. I worked at it. And when I got to the 3 to 4 year mark, I was still working at it every day on myself, working at healing spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. When you work at healing you, then you can work at healing your relationships. Your relationships can come to a restful place when you are at rest with you, when you are okay and love yourself, no matter what it is you're going through, because you got to realize you're not going to be perfect in this lifetime. It's impossible. So just love you, who you are right now in the now. You are perfect where you're at, and be okay with that. And when you get to that stage with yourself, you can get that to that stage in relationships. So God bless. And until next time, please like and subscribe to my channel and share it with others. Talk to you next time. Bye.